Hey, this is Phil Lilley, Lilleys Landing Resort and Marina on Lake Tenney-Como. Going to do one cast today. I boated up here to look out. They're running 2 units of water. They've been running this all day long. It's a very, very nice evening. It's a little bit chilly, but I have a sweatshirt on tonight. And like last night. Now I have been fishing from the dam down to here, and I'm just now turning the camera on. And it has been difficult fishing. Fish are not biting very good. Nobody out. There's one boat above me. And I've caught one fish, had a couple bites. I don't know how, I haven't really talked to anybody today. I think fishing's been okay. Not a whole lot of boats out today. I'll wait down. Take it down here to this little eddy for my first cast. The woodpeckers didn't like me going by. He's got a, right at the top of the tree, he's got a hole in that dead tree right there, a dead sycamore. It's pretty cool looking. He had his head stuck out, griping at me. I've got a got an 1/8 ounce sculpin and peach jig on with a sculpin head, 4-pound line. My cast is a little short. I'm hoping it's a little better along this bank than it was up above, because it really kind of stunk up there. I'm going to back out just a little bit and fish a little bit more water. 2 units of water is not, it's not real fast here, so the fish aren't necessarily going to be hugging the bank and the eddies. Just like that fish that just rose. No fish on one cast. Blake's been out fishing. I think he's, there's a bite. That's encouraging. I think he's dragging a little jerkbait when I passed him coming up a little bit ago. I didn't silence my phone. That was bottom. I can always tell between a fish and a bottom most of the time, because the bottom will kind of keep a hold of it and then let go of it all of a sudden with no head, excuse me, with no head shake. It usually comes back with moss, but not all the time. They're rising again. I thought about bringing my fly rod. I really didn't know how long I was going to be out this evening. It does make for a long day. Getting in about 8. It takes me about an hour to edit and upload one cast, so that puts me home about 9 o'clock. So I try to kind of get this done before, a little earlier in the evening, but with the sun as bright as it was, I didn't feel like I'd do very good. And I was right. Still a little breeze. I think this might be Blake headed up. Kind of looks like it. Maybe I can get a report from him if that's him. No, it's not Blake. Blake's probably down there in the Cooper Creek flats throwing a mega bass or a jerkbait. This is Rob's last evening, and I know he said he had a 20, he landed a 21-inch brown, and he lost two 20, there's a fish, two 20-inch browns at the boat. So I think that puts his count at 13, and he's going home in the morning. So he fished 8 days. He had countless, and he's throwing a KVD. You know, I don't know the style number. He's used the same bait all week. It's all beat up. The lure lost an eye. It's a bait that dives about 10 foot deep. So it's not, I guess you would call that a medium dive bait. It's a pretty long bait. It's silver. Just your normal plain Jane jerkbait. I think I'm going to throw a white jig for a minute. Got a white jig with red thread. We sell them both with red thread and white, and yeah, white thread. I fished last night with some friends. Took them out, the water being off. We went out, got out about 6 o'clock. And we were fishing night crawlers. The water was off. 4-pound line, split shot hook, putting a little air in the worm, floated off the bottom. And we fished till almost dark after 8 o'clock. And I didn't get one bite on those worms. I was fished from between Short Creek and Fall Creek. I don't think I've ever had that happen before, to go that long. And when we quit and I took those worms off the hook, same worms we started with, they had not been chewed at all. I moved around 2 or 3 times. Tried all my tricks. Fish were surfacing around us. Had 3 different boils come up where big fish were chasing small fish, either browns or rainbows, or chasing probably rainbows. They're eating midges. But they would not touch those worms. Ended up oh, there's a bite. Ended up catching, I caught 1 fish on a jig. Actually 2 fish. 2 fish on a jig. I caught 1 fish, and Pat caught 1 fish, and we both gave it to his boy, his son, let him reel it in. But I couldn't even catch them on jigs. It was crazy. It was perfect evening. Of course, yesterday was kind of funny because everybody, I don't think very many people caught them off the dock with the water off. And generally people said it was slow. And you know, I fly fished most of the afternoon, and I wouldn't call it slow, but I sure wouldn't call it very good. It was okay. Just like this right here, this is slow. Huh. Slow. Everybody wants to find a reason why the fish aren't biting. Sometimes I just don't really want to think about it. They're just not biting. I have no explanation. I am going to go in closer to the bank though. We are supposed to get some rain this week. I think Tuesday it's supposed to rain, Wednesday there's a chance of rain, Friday and Saturday there's rain for sure, it says. Passing storms probably for the most part during the week, and then I don't know. It's just gonna sit on us. A little better fish. If it's just gonna sit on us Friday and Saturday or what, I don't know. But you know, it's, boy, he's a fat. These fish are just crazy fat. Maybe that's what I ought to be doing, is not super pretty, but I'll take him. Maybe I ought to be dragging a scud. You saw my scud video from yesterday. These fish are fat. It's not from eating shad. I'm pretty sure it's scuds. felt funny. I've covered a lot of ground. But if we get the rain they say we're going to get the next 7 days, we may see floodgates after next weekend, because there's no room in Beaver Lake, so whatever they get, they'll pass it on to us. And we're 2 foot over normal. And all we got to do is go up 3 feet, and it's mandatory 5,000 CFS over the top, and that wouldn't be a horrible thing. I mean, we'll get some shad and some warmer water in the lake. Of course, the people that like to wade and fish off the dock, it's going to be impossible for them to fish, pretty much. But that should not happen until after the weekend, next weekend. But the forecast might be wrong. We might not get that. Or the forecast might be wrong and get more. One of the cool things about using a white jig when the water's this clear, a lot of times you can see that jig. I can see it part of the time, then it gets deep enough I can't see it. But if I can see it, sometimes I know I'm going too fast and it's not sinking like it should, so I can slow down. I am glad I brought a sweatshirt, because it is, the sun went down and it's getting chilly. Somebody's asked today, I think, asked about restaurants being open in Branson, and we need to find that out, if anybody's open, and if not, when some of these places are going to be opening up for dine-in. I would think it'd be pretty soon. Oh, we got a mayfly hatch coming off. There's some mayflies. I know the shows aren't going to be open for a while. Well, I shouldn't say all the shows. There could be a few that, but I know, you know, the hay goods are practicing, they're rehearsing. That little rainbow. They're rehearsing, they're getting ready. You talking? Yeah. Both those fish, I felt the tap. I'm kind of getting down to the area where I saw a big swirl several times yesterday when I was fishing, and I saw a big fish swirl and a little fish swirl in front of it. And this is also the area that Dwayne said that he had a client had a big rainbow chase this lady's jerkbait yesterday morning up to the boat. He said it was big, very, very, very big, 10 pounds plus. So maybe I can hook it. Never know. That's the cool thing about it. You know, I know that I'm fishing over the top of some potentially very large trout. That's what keeps it interesting. It was right in here. You know, we were creating two different files, two different videos. One was a short version and one's just a rare one. And I'm still wanting to do some short, but there's one. Whew. Is that a big fish or do I have something snagged? He hit funny, and he feels funny. Usually when they take off like that, it means I've foul hooked them. It's a good fish, but I think I have him underneath the chin. No, I don't have him foul hooked. I got him in the corner of the mouth. I was texting Shane Bush, our fishery biologist for Missouri Department of Conservation today, and I was telling him that these fish are acting different. Oh no, it was Windlebeard. These fish are acting more like wild trout now instead of stocked. Fish. They fight different, they act different, they're feeding differently. And I think it's just because they've just all this water. They've seen constant generation for over a year now. Yeah, he's not real long, but he's a beast. He's a bodybuilder. I got him out away from the bank, the trees. It's a real pretty rainbow. Just don't want to horse him. I'm putting a lot of pressure on him. I mean, he's pulling. He's probably got one more run in him. Yeah, he's starting to get a little tired. I hooked him above the narrows where that big fish was surfacing, but this is not him. He's bigger than I thought. Yesterday's fish was smaller than I thought. He is a bodybuilder, though. Here he comes. Oh, I was gonna say, I hit him with the net and I thought I lost him. Okay. Got the camera right? Yeah, I'm gonna release you. Gosh. He kind of tricked me because I know he was gosh. I knew he looked short because he was so broad. But he is a tank. Man, this is two big rainbows in 2 days. I guess I could measure him. I hardly ever measure these things, but he's not gonna look very long because he is so fat. Let him sit in the water for a second. I don't like to handle these things. Okay, buddy. Man, he's heavy. Look how fat that thing is. Woo. There you go. I think I can do this without taking him out of the net. Approximately 22 inches. I tired him out. I'm not going to lift him back out of the water. Get him out here where you can see him swim away. Come on. Here. Release. He is tired. Yeah, he's starting to swim now. I guess the white jig paid off. Well, if I can get his there he goes. All right. I think I'm gonna go home. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.